Greetings and welcome to Factorio. I'm Dgray, and today is gonna be a somewhat special episode, or at least I hope it will be, because I think today will be the episode or the day that we launch our first satellite into space. We should have everything we need. Last episode we just finished our rocket silo. It should be somewhere in my inventory. 2 sec. Yeah, it's somewhere in here. Right there, the rocket silo. And we have all the things we need to make the rocket control units. Also, our little mall has finally crafted our first satellite. So let's start by setting up a cell for that and grabbing one raw resource we need at the same time. And that is stone, because that is running very, very low. So let's see if we can't do catch two birds with one stone. I have to explain it. One right here and the other one just down here. Because then we can grab the stone from over here and just funnel it in. One of you also told me that I forgot to put a limit on this one, and thank you very much for that. I have added on now to 20k, so we don't just completely fill up this with refined concrete. So this episode, hopefully we'll get a rocket launch up and running, and it shouldn't take that long because I think we have everything. But as always, we might have missed something, or I might have missed something. So let's start by looking here. Let's just do a few inputs. If we look at our rocket silo, let's just remove that and put one down. Right here. We need low density structures, steel bulkhead, rocket control unit, and rocket fuel. And all of that should be produced around the base. We also bought some productivity modules, just to make sure that we get all we can out of these, since they are quite expensive. So yeah, let's try and see if we can't set this 4 input one up and just hook it all up to this one. I don't think it needs to be done in any special order, but let's just try and see if we can get 4. So what if we do it at the top? Say 1. Where's the other one? 2, 3. We need the other one over here. 4, because then we can always just flip it and put in some more ones if needed. And one more. Train in. Number 4. So that should be 4 inputs for our rocket silos. I'm not quite sure how to set up a good setup for it. We could just do it a 4 input one on one side, and what's it called? The satellites down the middle, or something like that. I think that might look cool. So what if we do this and steal a 4 input build? We have quite a few at this point. So grab this part and flip it around somewhere over here. Might do it down this way. What is a good way to get all 4 in? Because right here we can get 2 from the top going down. We can get the one from the other side. But we do need this one over here. But I could just be flipping one of the belts to go another way. Should make it a bit easier to get in. Might also have changed the spacing in between. Yeah, let's try this and see how we will improve this in the future. While that is being delivered, let's just hook up all the stone patches right in the middle of that one. A bit annoying, but we should be able to fix it by letting it go into a train stop right here. So let's see, what if we just fix that very quickly. Yeah, right here. We'll come this side and go over here, and we can pretty much remove this part without destroying anything. They can go both the ways around, and then we can get this one cleared out. I think this will work and not break anything over here. That is the plan, but let's see how far that goes. So let's just put down a few willy-nilly. That can go down right there, and you'll fit in quite nicely right here. And there we are, and at the bottom as well. There. So now we can just hook up these three into the train station over here and get some stone delivered to our base. Luckily, that is very, very easy to do. Let's just do a 4 input 1, 2, 3, 4. That was completely wrong, wasn't it? Might be right. And there we are. That might be right. We'll see in just a minute. But then we can hook up those 4 and have some stone flowing in. And right after that, we'll hook up all of our rockets. So one right here, second one could just go down like that. And this one over here will just merge in right here. And we just need a small jump. Just go all the way to save a bit on belts. Give it some power. Oh, did I misplace something? Seems I did quite badly, so just remove this please, so I can replace them at the correct spots. Seems I did it. No, was it right? I was right. I was just a bit blind. So let's just get it back. So power. There we are. They start to work. So should these up here. Produce stone into our system, and then some trains can request all of that. Perfect. So we're missing inserters. This should be made at our base and get delivered quite soon. So no worries about that. Rocket silos. They are quite big, and they just need. Oh, I'll be able to do. So we have 2 of them delivering into it. Can we do something like that? Nope. Just a bit too big, but that is fine. We can just shift it over 1, or just leave it like this for now. So we have double inputs in case they can't keep up. Or do... Yeah, let's try double inputs for now, just to see how it looks. And then we pretty much just need to hook all of this up. 3, 4. We could take some from the other side, but let's just try and see how this will look. Doesn't need to be insanely fast, but we have to remember to have an output right here for yellow or white science, sorry, or space science. So let's request the things we need and see how this goes. No, we don't want speed. We want productivity modules, giving us a total of 40%. We'll have to get a bit of power right there. Let's see if we can hook these up here somewhere. There we are. Now we have double inputs. So over here even, we can do pretty much this setup. And just hook that up. Right, oops. Here. Do the same up here. I think it'll fit in. Luckily it does. That is the beauty about modular things. There we are. And the rest we can just kinda remove for now. And figure out later. So we want this one to go up. We can let it go in this way instead. Just to make the setup a bit easier on ourselves. So that'll go in this way. Then we'll have one of these ones go up and in to right here. That's 2 of the 4. Then we can remove that part, and this part can go this way. That to right here instead. That's 3, and the last one right here, go down. So that should be all 4 hooked up. Not sure it's the most beautiful setup, but it should work. One thing I also want to do is that I don't want satellites to be delivered by train. It is a huge issue since, yeah, I don't take like 1,000 at a time, so I'll just get that one in by what's it called? Robots. Give it some power. There we are. The first one I might just do by hand to because I really want to see it go into space by my own volition. So that means we have 1 being supplied to us at the moment. And then as soon as we get all the things in, we'll be able to supply the things we need. So if you look at this, it doesn't really matter which one is on the inside, since they're all needed at equal amounts. So let's just go around and set it up. Let's start with low density structures over here. Low density structure. Set it to 5,000 maybe. And how many should we request? I think 10k might be a bit overkill, but we need a lot of rocket launchers, so let's just set it to 10k. Do something like that. And see how that goes. Next one. Steel bulkhead. Let's do the same. Set it to 5k. Add a 10k steel bulkhead in at a time. Next one. A rocket control unit. Right here. Rocket control unit. 10k at 5 limit. That means we always have above our 5k. And I think that will be enough. And the last thing we needed was the rocket fuel. 5k at a 10k at a time rocket fuel. And it's in here. So 10k. So they are slowly but surely turning yellow. And that means we have trains getting ready to deliver the things we need. We have the satellite in our inventory. So yeah, this is gonna be quite exciting. Looking at rocket fuel, we might not have enough yet. We do have enough, so we should be able to request 5k from over here. These are chugging along nicely. So hopefully that'll be good. We're also supplying stone, which was very much needed around the base, so that is good. And while we're waiting for this, there is a few things I would like to discuss with you guys. Normally I end my playthroughs at a rocket launch, and I do have other things I would like to play as well, in terms of Factorio and other Let's Plays. So what do you guys want to see? I would still like to do more Industrial Revolution, but I feel like we're at points where the base is looking very good, and it's just me kinda doing the same things over and over to expand the base. Might do the rest of the tech we can get. That might be a cool thing to do in the future. But yeah, that's something I would like to discuss with you guys. So hopefully you'll comment that in the comments. And also like if you want to see more of this Let's Play. It will let me know what I should focus on in the future. So let's do that. So that means now this is getting, oh look at that, that's 2 out of 4, the rest are yellow, so we are quite close. Yeah, so do tell me what you think, because, or if you want me to do other kinds of mods or Let's Plays or stuff like that, because I do find it very enjoyable to make content for you guys, since you are so active and keep correcting my mistakes. That's always nice to have. So low density structures in. The rest should be on their way. At some point they do have a bit of traveling to do. So that is very nice. How's our power holding up? Seems we can fill our accumulators at night, so that is or at day, sorry. So that is very good. And that should mean we are still producing enough power. But yeah. That's concrete, that's not the train I'm waiting for. Is that one the trains I'm waiting for? Who knows? I think it might be. Probably going in here or there. That's more rocket control. So that is also good. Oh, here's one more. So the last 2 trains. I have no idea how fast or slow this will be. But if it's a 3-second process, or 3 seconds process, and it has to do it like 100 times, and it's slower, so it might take a little while. But at least now, we are supplying all the things we need for our satellite, or for our rocket even. So while this is filling up, oh, look at that guys, that is brilliant. We can go look at improving some other parts of the base that are needing improving. That's 1%, that's going to be 2, almost 3%. So we'll just let this go now until it's full, and then I'll check back to it in a few minutes when it's hopefully done. And then we can supply the satellite to it. We could hook up some more resource patches while we're doing it. We could also supply a bit more power to the base. But I think everything's holding up quite nicely at the moment, and I don't think the production is going to ruin anything. One thing we could set up quite easily is more refining for what's it called, copper. Pretty much just taking this setup and doubling it somewhere else. This will probably never fill up, it seems. So we could just add some more copper in, since that is lacking quite badly around the base. If we look at our trains, we are missing quite a bit of copper. So that could be a thing to do very easily. Yeah, let's just do that. I can't see an issue with trying that for now. So what if we just copied this part? And just place it somewhere over here maybe? Can we do it here, or will the water get in the way? Let's try this and see how much we mess up by doing this, and how badly we're going to drain the power from our base. That is going to be quite exciting to see. Get a rail with the trees. There we are. And we might need a bit of landfill up here. A good way to spend a bit of time while our rocket is being built. Hopefully we won't run into a problem we did last time, where these started to work before we had what's called power hooked up to them. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. How is this looking? 28%. So that shouldn't be too long. While we wait for that, we could actually set up the output for this being a train station that's going to supply space science. So let's see here, train station out. Right there. And then we'll just have to do an input, pretty much just taking that part. Will you fit in somehow? Oh, wait. That looks strange. Oh, it's because it fits right in right there. I was like, why does that look so different? So I think this will actually work quite nicely. So this will output space science. We'll probably set a limit to 15K again, so we don't just overproduce it by a lot. And how's it look? Oh, that's a lot of robots flying around, building here and there. So it seems everything is going to get power very, very soon. So that should be fine. So that is slowly but securely being built. Our robots are still holding strong at 1800, almost. This is now halfway there. We could do some speed beacons around it. I think that might be a good idea, but that will have to wait a bit. And look how much of this we are using. Oh, can only take 1,000 at a time. Oh, it doesn't. Oh, they don't hold that much. So we need quite a bit of trains for going this way, since they don't stack that big. So that is very good. This is also chugging along nicely, supplying stone to our base, because our old stone outpost is looking like that. Can remove you. And that is not really optimal. Let's see right here, that's being built. Is anything being requested? It is right here, that has power, so that shouldn't be an issue. All of this has power as well, just needs a few machines. Don't know if this means upgrades the long-handed to something, or that is just long-handed that just looks a bit strange. It might be. So yeah, this is looking very, very good. Oh, we need to put in the rest of the trains. I don't know. Oh, rest of the tracks. I don't know if that's why they can't deliver, but there we are. To get the rest, you can go away, and you can go away as well. So yeah, that is looking brilliant. Concrete is going strong, or mall is going strong as well, I think. Crafting accumulators have filled out on solar panels again. The power is hopefully keeping up. It seems it is. We're only using about this much at night before our solar race kicks back into gear. So that should hopefully be enough for now. At least until a future episode where we start our nuclear. That might be a plan for the future. So while we wait, we could also put down what's it called, a new radar. Can't remember if we're making any at the base, but we could put one down, let's say over here, so we can see a bit. We have more logistics slots now, that is also good. Oh, you're so slow. 20% more. Oh, that is great. And how's this looking? Here comes the copper in, being refined into all the things we need. Requested water is still lacking a bit, both sides. And that's just because water is something we have to do more of. Since the one depot we have right now, or two depots, most definitely can't keep up at the moment. So let's see here. Everything has power, nothing's gonna break. If we leave this, this is also going strong. So what have you guys thought about this Let's Play? I think it's been one of my better ones. I think it's my first one where the mic have been perfect the whole way through. My space exploration one might have been with a good mic as well. But compared to my Bob Angel's Robot World one, where I had a bad mic, I think this is going very, very well. And it's much more enjoyable for me to make the episodes as well, when I know you guys are getting a clear throughput and hearing my perfect English. Not really. But yeah, we are 1% off. Oh, guys, look at this. Look at this. Zooming in. Oh, the sound. Oh. God, we made it, guys. We made it to rocket launch and industrial revolution. Oh, that looks brilliant. So guys, now's the time. Now we're gonna launch the rocket. Can I get some thumbs ups and some subscribes for for this? Oh yeah, let's get this up and running. Oh, satellite right there. Whew. This has been months in the making, and finally we're at the spot. That is, I can't believe it. But as for the last thing this episode, I think I will do the rocket launch, and then I'll do maybe a base tour in another episode. Before we continue, just to show you the base and how much it's expanded and where we started. I think that that could be quite cool. So yeah, without much further ado, let's launch our first rocket. Here we go, guys. Oh. Come on, rocket. I can reach it. We did it, guys. 73 hours, 11 minutes, and 1 second. God, that was... this has been an epic journey. I'm wondering, how long have you guys been using on getting a rocket launch in Industrial Revolution? Because this seems like a decent time, but still quite long. But yeah, I think this will be a very nice spot to end the episode. Our first orbital satellite in space. That also means we have space science going out, producing the next one. We can set this one to request satellites, just one at a time. That is completely fine. One on the way. And yeah, now we can start to research probes in the future and find out what space surveying is. But I'll let that be up to you guys. So hopefully you'll comment, and hopefully you'll join me when I start to see what the future age is about, what space surveying is about, and all the and the improved laboratories. this is gonna be great, guys. I think that will be quite cool for a future episodes. But as always, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you'll like and subscribe, and then I will see you in the next episode. Bye, guys.